So lately, I have been experiencing some obsessive thoughts. And personally, my obsessive thoughts tend to fall into three categories. One, past thoughts. Two, future thoughts. And three, victim thoughts. So past obsessive thoughts might be something that happened yesterday or the day before or a month before, a year before that I just keep replaying over and over in my head, thinking about the conversation, thinking about what this person said and what that person said and what I could have done better and what I should have said and oh my God, and like what if I had said this and then it could have all played out like this, and like total fantasy scenario in my head repeating on loops what happened. Or I'm worrying about something in the future, like what's going to happen, what should I say, what are they going to say, all of this also fictional, running in loops on repeat in my head. And then there's the third category of like, poor me, I can't believe that happened, I'm such a victim, it's so sad, my life, I don't understand why I have terrible luck all the time, I don't understand why the universe doesn't love me, I don't understand why he doesn't love me, like blah, 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 right? All three of these scenarios do not exist in the present. They are not real and they are not doing you nor I any good. So it's totally fine to think about things. That's okay. For example, if something happens in the past, well, yeah, maybe you do need to think about it a little bit. Maybe something didn't go well and you need to think about what could I have done better? How can I learn and grow from this, etc., etc. Or if something's happening in the future and it's important, maybe you need to prep a little bit, like a job interview, for example, or maybe it's an important conversation and it's helpful to have some scripts in your mind and to have some mental preparation. That's not what I'm talking about when I say obsessive thinking. Obsessive thoughts are the ones that follow you around, where it's just the same thing, and it never stops. You wake up and you're thinking about it, and then all day long it's following you around, and then at night it's keeping you awake. Like, those are the obsessive thoughts. And I really know and have compassion for this. I have a Gemini moon, which in astrological terms signifies mental health struggles. And it's emotional thoughts that are all over the place that never ever stop, right? So this is a battle that I have had to go to war for in my personal life. I had this relationship that ended in like 2014, and I swear I played that relationship in loops in my head for years, like 3-4 years. I spent longer obsessing over that relationship and what he said and what I said and how no one else was going to love me and I blew my only opportunity for love. I played that soundtrack in my head for like 4 years. It was terrible. That was the loop that was playing in my brain both of the times when I tried to commit suicide. So I have deep compassion for this. I know. It's like a road that you drive down in a truck. And every time you drive down the road, the grooves in the ground get deeper and deeper and deeper. And so if you have obsessive thought loops like the one I just mentioned that last years, like those can be really deep grooves. And the only way to get out of that groove is to drive your truck out. And it might be kind of hard at first. It might even like kind of get stuck, but you have to drive the truck out of the groove over and over and over and over. So the first thing is that you have to identify that you are having obsessive thoughts and decide that you want to change them, that you are ready to stop thinking obsessive thoughts and drive your truck out of the groove. And then you have to dedicate yourself to the practice of releasing those thoughts and coming back to the present. First of all, say something kind and comforting to yourself. Say, "It's okay, self. I know that you're having a hard time. I still love you. You're doing a great job." Something like that. Then second, remind yourself of your decision. If you're having obsessive thought loops, it's very likely that this situation that you are obsessing over, you've already made a decision or you know what you're going to do and you're still just playing it in repeat. So for example, maybe you are waiting for this guy to call you and you're just like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But every time you think about it, you're like, no, I'm going to wait until he calls me. So just remind yourself, okay, I know I'm struggling. I've played this loop a bazillion times and I've decided I'm not going to call him. And then number 3, appeal to a higher power. offer up your pain in prayer. And you don't have to be particularly religious in order to do this, but it is really helpful. Like, obsessive thoughts are an addiction. And if you go to any sort of addiction recovery, they all say we must appeal to a higher power. Like, when we're really struggling, we need help. And it's nice to know that this universe, it's bigger than just me. There's a God out there, or a divine, or an all, or a primordial vibration that can absorb and hold my pain, that is bigger than me. And so I might say I give this to the goddess. I might say I release this into the ether. I might say I pray for the Lord to hold me. Whatever feels aligned and right to you, those are a few examples. Next, it is time to let it go. So take a deep breath. And then say, what am I doing right now? And think about your present moment. Go ahead and use all 5 senses. What are you tasting, smelling, hearing, seeing, and tactily feeling with your hands and feet? And go ahead and list it out. Be in that moment. And then once you're able to kind of re-arrive to the present, be like, hey, what am I doing, right? Because you probably have something important to focus on, or you need to go to work, or you are eating, or whatever you're doing. Bring your focus back and really arrive to the moment, and stay there as long as you need to until those thoughts kind of fade away. This is how it might look. Okay, Amber, I can tell that you are really struggling, and it's okay. I know that situation really upset you and you're obsessing over it, but you don't have to think about it anymore, because we already decided that you're not going to call him, and you can just let it go. This pain is too big for me. Divine, help me, hold me. Take my pain and help me come back to the present. Amber, what are you doing right now? I am brushing my teeth. I'm standing in my bathroom with bare feet on the cold tile floor, and it's early in the morning, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And my hair is really messy, but I kind of have cute first waking up face, and outside I can hear the birds chirping, and the air smells really good. It's so fresh. I'm gonna open all of the windows, and here I am. I'm waking up, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee, and I'm gonna eat some papaya. And then I am going to really focus all of my attention on work. This toothpaste smells delicious. This water smells delicious. My pajamas are so cozy. I'm so grateful for my awesome comfy bed. And that's how it continues. Okay, so like I said, you might have to do that over and over, and that's okay. And maybe you don't even need to do the whole script. Maybe you just have to do the presence thing over and over, right? Maybe you do the full script, and then when the thoughts come back in 5 minutes, you're like, nope, I am currently making my breakfast. I'm cutting my papaya. And when the thoughts come back 5 minutes later, I'm like, nope, now I am pouring my coffee. This coffee smells divine. Just keep yourself there. Try and remain in the present. So that is the official technique that I want to teach you today. But there's a lot of different things that you can also do. For example, I think EFT tapping is a really, really wonderful tool. And another major suggestion that I have is, if something is really haunting you, make art out of it. Dance, sing, write a song, write in your journal, write a poem, create something that helps you channel all of that energy and frustration into something beautiful that you are making. Or you could make a YouTube video. Good luck. You've got this.